Hello and welcome to the Discipline Priest Artifact quest. We are doing the class campaign for the Priest in Legion, and now we're gonna talk to Alonso's Fowl and get the artifact quest.
I will hide in shadows no longer.
Oh, you shouldn't have to hide. You look beautiful. You have not one but two powerful artifacts to use against the Legion, but you can imagine a world where you have three. Think of what you could do in such a world. Shall we look at the possibilities? Yes, we should. So this...
Let us get to work.
Yeah, thank you, Fowl. This is the last artifact that we are going to pursue. This is the discipline artifact known as Light's Wrath. Obsessed with cleansing undead from Azeroth, the fanatical Scarlet Crusade tried to create a second Ashbringer in the form of a staff. However, due to treachery from within, the ritual failed in a great fiery explosion. The damaged staff's power proved nearly uncontrollable. Fearing its destructive power, the elite magi of the Kirin Tor hid it away from the hands of men. Ooh, that's going to be interesting.
How may I help you?
That was probably the easiest decision you have had to make. Yeah, it was only my only decision. Let's get started.
Until next time.
Light's Wrath, a bold choice, though if you believe you can control its energies, it could prove vital to our cause. Retrieving it won't be easy. It was last held by the Kirin Tor, who, fearing its unbridled power, handed it to the blue dragonflight to secure away from the hands of men. Only they would know exactly where it was taken or how to retrieve it. The dragon Kalek may be our best chance. He now resides upon the Council of Six in Dalaran. Seek him and your answers there.
May light and shadow guide you.
Now, Kalek, also known as Kalagos or Kalagos, however you want to pronounce his name, it was the previous blue dragon leader. He was what is known as an aspect for a time, and he passed that mantle on after the Dragon Soul into some of the events happening after the Dragon Soul. This is Kalek in his human form, no longer a big dragon.
What brings you to me, mortal?
Ah, so you seek Light's Wrath, a dangerous weapon to be sure. Long ago, the Kirin Tor entrusted its safekeeping to the blue dragonflight. It was locked away in the only place that could contain its rampant power, the Nexus Vault. I have not been there in some time, however. After the blue dragonflight was dissolved, the Nexus was abandoned. There is no knowing whether the Nexus Vault is still intact, or what may be waiting in the Nexus itself. If you seek the Nexus, I would warn not to rush headlong. There are strange happenings in Caldara, and it would be best to gather some information before proceeding. During my last visit to the Dragonblight, I sensed unusual energies from the Azure Dragonshine, since this place was very closely tied to Malygos' plan during the Nexus Wars. Whatever is present there may explain the current state of the Nexus. I cannot accompany you, but this crystal can be used to communicate with me. Good luck.
Something about you seems familiar.
Ah, Kalekos. There are two of you. So we're heading to the Dragonblight. The Nexus War, by the way, was a time during the Wrath of the Lich King. The first raid tier there involved fighting against Naxxramas, the Obsidian Sanctum, and also Malygos himself in what is known as the Eye. Why am I going here? We're going to take the portal to Dalaran, from Dalaran to Wormus Temple. During this time, Malygos, he went insane, and he decided that the mortals like us weren't fit to wield magic, and he decided to wage war against the mages of Dalaran, the Kirin Tor, and we defeated him. Not willingly, but we had to because he went insane, of course. And now Kalek had to take up the mantle as an aspect after Malygos died. Now we're heading to Wormrest Temple to seek out, here you can see, by the way, Alexstrasza and Crassus. This is back in time, so don't disregard these guys. They're no longer here in the real timeline lore. If you're curious about all the timings, how things work, we're now technically back in time. The continents that we explored during certain expansions are not phased, so they are still locked to that kind of storyline that went on many years ago. And now we're in the phased zone. If you can notice the transition there, some of the mobs changed, and now we're currently in present time. So that's kind of how they managed to tell stories with the older zones. What are these? This area is also used in the quest line for the mage artifact, the Alaneth, the arcane one.
This device appears to draw upon the void energy released when Malygos forced Azeroth's ley lines into the twisting nether. The design looks very familiar.
It reminds me of Outland.
This portal is very similar to ones used by the Ethereals in Outland. Could they be the threat? What did Malygos promise them? This weapon has been infused with dark energies from the twisting nether. Whoever wielded it must be seeking to harness void energy. But for what purpose? Yet more evidence of ethereal technology. This may be an unfortunate turn. There's only one way to find out who's really behind this.
This appears to be a communication device commonly utilized by the Ethereals. Perhaps it could be the key to finding out who is behind the happenings at the Dragon Shrine. The device still hums with power. It must have been abandoned not long ago. The nearby switch appears to activate it.
Who dares to... What have we here? Another intruder, come to claim the treasures of the Nexus Vault. You are too late. Even now, the powers within the vault serve to widen the breach into the twisting nether. With this power, the Ethereum will become unstoppable. We will become void!
So the Ethereum has taken the Nexus, and yet that seems the least of our worries. Their plan to widen the breach into the twisting nether poses a threat to all of Azeroth. It seems fate has set you on this path for a reason. Not only must you recover the weapon you seek, but you must put a stop to the Ethereum as well. I regret that I cannot assist you more directly, but I will guide you as I can. You should travel at once to Caldara in Borean Tundra. There I would recommend that you scout out a few key locations and report back to me. I know the area well and should be able to tell you how to proceed. Make haste. Another thing that I want to mention is that the Light's Wrath, the Discipline artifact, it could have had a lot cooler story. This quest, at least the startup of this quest, is exactly the same as Alaneth's quest for the artifact for the Mage Arcane spec. I really wish that they would focus more on the Scarlet Crusade part of the item. Even though the Scarlet Crusade is kind of done by now, we could have visited some of the older villages like the Scarlet Monastery. We could have visited the area down here, the Scarlet Onslaught, and areas like that. And we could try to basically walk in the footsteps of Sidon Dathrohan or the members of the Scarlet Crusade, the members of the Scarlet Crusade, and that would be a lot better than this. It feels like they kind of went ham on this one and didn't have time to finish it, so they just copy-pasted some of the other ones. The arcane weapon, finding this one in the Nexus, makes more sense.
Whatever the Ethereals are up to is generating an incredible amount of void energy. They must be using Malygos' surge needles. Fly over to one and let's take a closer look. The Ethereum have altered the surge needles. They are tapping into void energy caused by the rift. Their power must also be feeding the shield around the Nexus. Let us take a look at the foundation. The vault must be weakened. The energy from your weapon is breaking its way free. This may work to our advantage.
It seems that the Ethereum has gleaned how to use Malygos' surge needles to bore deeper into the twisting nether. I believe we might be able to use these devices against them. The energy from the Light's Wrath lashes out from within the weakened Nexus Vault. We may be able to use its raw chaotic energies to our advantage. If we can harness this energy and feed it into the surge needles, it should cause a rather destructive reaction. I see you are able to harness the energies of Light's Wrath. It has been a long time since there was a priest that could control it. Now, are you prepared to unleash it? You have the power you need to destroy the Surge Needles. At the location of the breaches where the Surge Needles pierce the ground, there will be a large concentration of void energy. Focus the power of Light's Wrath into these points of focused void, and the reaction should cause an overload, destroying the Surge Needles above. You must act quickly. The Ethereum likely won't sit idly by as you lay waste to their machinations. There are 3 of these, one here, and there are one to the west and one to the north. I guess this one is the western one. What am I saying? To defeat all of these guys, maybe we want to pull all of them at the same time. We are, of course, a powerful, disciplined, and beautiful priest, so we should probably be able to defeat them all. Now, as you can see, these guys are wielding void magic. Strangely enough, luckily, we are super blessed with all the light that we found down by the pillar, so we can expel the darkness from the pillars.
The shadow is lifted. What little mind is this I sense that has freed my consciousness from the ethereal's trap?
Azuragos. He must have returned to the Nexus to secure the artifacts in the vault. Malygos always trusted him to watch over the magical items in the care of the flight. I'm afraid I must ask another favor of you. If the Ethereum manages to capture Azuragos, then they are more powerful than I imagined. We have not always seen eye to eye, Azuragos and I, but he still is my kind. Since you seek to put an end to the Ethereals and claim Light's Wrath, I would ask that you also free my brother from their grip. With the Surge Needles destroyed, the shield has dissipated. The Nexus awaits.
The Nexus Vault lies deep beneath the main spire. You will find its entrance in the lowest chamber of the spire's base. The volatile energies within the Nexus seem to be interfering with the image crystal. I fear you may be on your own from here. Good luck.
I really love the design of this place. Look at these. These look incredibly cool. And this is the entrance to the Nexus.
So, the lock on the Nexus has been broken. And by a common adventurer, no less. Will wonders never cease? If you've come to engage me in battle in hopes of obtaining some spurious trinket, I'm afraid you're too late. The Ethereum have taken the bite out of this old dragon, and I fear they have robbed me of anything you would deem useful. If it's looting you desire, as your kind so often does, then I suggest taking the fight to them. Wait, are you here after them? In that case, I could use a hand. You are a capable healer, priest. I feel my strength returning. I assume you come seeking the Nexus Vault. Why else would anyone return to this place? Unfortunately, access to the vault is proving difficult. If you help me access the librarium, I will find a way through. We must not let the Ethereum obtain the artifacts it holds. But first, I think I'll slip into a more comfortable form. These halls were never quite spacious enough for my tastes. Shall we?
Now we're gonna head over here to the left. This is the area where you first go when you do the dungeon normally, towards the areas of the first boss, the second boss, and the third boss in the Nexus.
The Nexus Vault is weakening. That holy fire can only mean Light's Wrath is no longer fully contained. It is a most potent and chaotic weapon. It will lash out at us as we try to approach. Be prepared.
Now these things are actually different from the Arcane questline, albeit a bit similar.
The fire seems to have superheated the ground here. I hope you have a way to get us over it.
One thing that is amazing about this place is the contrast between the fire and the ice. It looks really great visually.
We're here! Now let me see if I can find a way into the vault. As I suspected, the entrance to the vault was broken off when Malygos breached the Twisting Nether during the Nexus Wars. I feel the powers it holds resonating through the Nexus. There must be another way to reach the vault. Aha! That's... Wait a moment. The energy from the vault is surging! Brace yourself! This creature is using its own life essence to harm us! He dies a little more with every attack! Clever! He's absorbing the flame back into his body to become whole again. Priest, perhaps you can use your magic to influence his mind. Trick him into snuffing out his own flame. That was too close. If the weapon goes unchecked much longer, it will bring this whole place down around us. Quickly, we must head to the rift. It's the only way.
That was actually kind of clever that you have to use mind control and then make him kill himself, which is cool. Wow, would you look at that?
Wait, didn't there used to be a bridge here?
Fools! You may have destroyed the Surge Needles, but you are too late to stop us. The power of Light's wrath will rip open the breach!
Oh, great. More ethereals. It looks like they're channeling the energy from the vault into the breach. This is not good. Come! Time to show these ethereals that I still have a bit of fight left in me. I will bring whatever power I have to bear against the Nexus Prince. But in my weakened state, it falls upon you to finish this threat. I hope you are prepared.
You are too late, interlopers. Nothing can stop me now. I have become void!
Wow. That is super interesting. He has become a void creature. He went from being a Nexus creature, an ethereal, into being this one, a dark aberration. It is actually classified as an aberration, as you can see in the description, the tooltip here. The Ethereum, he is also now an aberration, which is really cool. Okay, so we're going to take this guy down. I'm going to pop all my cooldowns, and we're going to blast him down. Are you ready, guys?
The Ethereum will rise again!
Now, a nice tip here is actually to stand on the bridge leading out towards the platform. He'll drag you back here, try to blast you. But just stand here, and then when he does the gravity thing, just run towards the bridge.
What? The Void cannot be defeated! No!
Ha! 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 So much for the all-powerful Void! You know you're not a bad ally. Pity you're not a dragon. I can open a portal to the vault, but I'll have to remain on this side to keep it open. The way is clear. Hurry, little one. I can't keep this open for long.
This looks absolutely amazing. Look at this. Look at that platform over there, twisted into this shape because of the Nexus entrance here.
You made it, but to leave this place with the weapon, you must first gain control of it. Good luck.
Okay. And to do this, you have to continuously heal yourself and also try to reduce the damage you take until you're able to wield the weapon.
Well done. The energies from the vault seem to be stabilizing. Now hurry back before the portal closes and you're locked inside. I am impressed. Never have I seen a priest capable of controlling Light's wrath. The Ethereals have been routed, and you have the weapon you came for. Your business here is finished. Mine, on the other hand, has just begun. I thank you for freeing me. You have given me the greatest gift of all. That of time. I will use that time to secure the Nexus. It must never again fall into the wrong hands. This portal will take you back to Kalagos. Please, give him my regards.
Speak freely, friend.
You have my gratitude for saving Azuragos. I can rest easy knowing that the Nexus is under his care. As for you, I can see you're full of surprises. Never in my time have I seen a priest who can control the chaotic energies of Light's wrath. You are truly the hero we need to face, the Legion. You have done a great thing for the Blue Dragons today, as well as for my own peace of mind. Now armed with the Light's wrath, I only ask that you fulfill your original goal and take the fight to the Legion. I believe Alonso's foul awaits you, and your return. Safe travels, friend. So the dragons proved helpful. This is good. We may need their assistance in the war to come. The flavor text on the weapon says, "It was with our greatest hopes and prayers that we attended the ceremony that day, and it is with our greatest sorrows that we departed it." As you can see here, we start out with, let's put this thing into the amazing Altar of Light and Shadow. Start out with Light's Wrath. Draw upon the power of the Light's Wrath, dealing lots of radiant damage to the target, increasing by 10% per ally affected by your atonement. So the more people you have atoned with your healing spells and your barriers, the more damage Light's Wrath will do. Invoke the Light, increases damage by Smite by 50%. Nice way to start off. And would you look at that? It's a nice pattern. Eventually we can get Barrier for the Devoted, increases healing done by Atonement by 100% on targets inside your power word barrier, which is this spell right here. Boop. We also have Power of the Dark Side. Really cool thing that they kind of split this one in two. So this is the light side, this is the dark side. And then we have this one in the middle. Power of the Dark Side, Purge the Wicked, has a chance to increase damage dealt by your next penance. This will either be Purge the Wicked or it will be Shadow Word Pain, depending on which talent you've chosen. So I have Purge the Wicked down here, which is really nice, dealt by penance. So use that one before you do penance, which is also nice if you have, if you have Purge the Wicked, which also penance synergizes well with because it spreads it to another target. Amazing. And we have Sins of the Many, increases all damage you deal by 1% per ally affected by your atonement. Nice synergy with Light's Wrath. Now appearance-wise, we start out with the blue and yellow version here. We can get the purple one, looks nice, red and more yellow focused. The upgraded version is called the Crest of the Redeemer. Look at this one. It's beautiful. It has this glass, stained glass, the painting in the back. I guess it's stained glass it's called. Oh, look at this one. Beautiful. Chalice of the Light looks like a chalice. This one was beautiful. And we have the Eternal Vigil, which has these candles on top of it. Might be unpractical, might be useful. And the the hidden appearance that we haven't isn't shown here is the one I favor the most. It has a very distinct look to it with a huge book on top, and the quest involves finding lots of information and books on a lot of stuff regarding the Scarlet Crusade and the Discipline Priest, forces between the light and shadow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video here about the last priest artifact. Next time we're going to finish off the remainder of the first part of the class campaign for the priest. So I'll see you guys around for more fun stuff. Please leave a comment down below in the comment section if you have anything you want to tell me, or you have questions or anything, then please do that. I'll see you next time for more stuff. Bye!